We're taking a look at some functional high-tech fashion in this episode of the Gear Guide. Hey look, in the wintertime, it gets cold, especially where I live, and you know what? I'm a big fan of beanies. But usually beanies do one thing, they keep your head warm, that's it. Well, BE Headwear has turned the beanie on its head and have come up with a high-tech version of your traditional beanie. So we're looking at the Just Right beanie, which is kind of the low profile, but they actually have quite a few different styles if you want something really fashionable or something a little more low profile like what I have here. Now, what makes their beanie so different is it doesn't just keep your head warm, like I said, it has a ton of technology built into it. So you have a control box over here on this side, and it has a speaker built in, as well as a second speaker that wraps around to the other side. Now what that gives you is a stereo headset that connects via Bluetooth to your smartphone, media player, or anything for that matter. Over on the side as well, you've got controls to control your music. You can track forward, you can track backwards, you can turn the volume up and down, play and pause, all right here from the side of the beanie, leaving your smartphone or whatever you have in your pocket safely tucked away. And that didn't stop there. They actually have added a microphone into it, so you can actually take phone calls with this as well, which is really cool. So now you can actually just press the button here on the side, the center button of the three, and you will able to pick up a phone call and answer it. Also, if you guys are out there playing Airsoft, what makes this really neat is on the cold months, you can have this on, have your iPhone going or whatever smartphone you guys are running, and be on a phone call with your team. So you can jump on a conference call, you can have a direct call. So if you don't have radios, you can have your phone tucked safely out of harm's way and still be able to communicate very clearly. Speakers on here are actually pretty darn good. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're not like $400 headset speakers, but music is crisp and clear, and phone calls are just as good as having the phone up beside your head. And the microphone surprisingly does a great job of picking up. They actually have some perforations over here to get the sound up to it. And when it comes time to clean it, because we all know if you're running around in the woods or day-to-day stuff being active, you're gonna stink these things up, that you can actually take the electronics out and wash the beanie separate. The unit itself has a built-in battery and it charges through a USB plug included in the packaging, and pairing with your phone is super easy. It took me like 2 seconds following the instructions right on the back of the pack to get this thing paired up and running. And for you tech guys out there and wanting to know all the specs, this thing has about a 3-hour battery life, a little bit under in our test, listening to music pretty darn loud continuously, and charging is about the same. Actually, we saw charging with a good high quality, high amperage output charger, a little bit over 2 hours to get the thing topped back off to full. Music volume is plenty loud to hear everything and drown out background noise, but if you're being active and you're near cars or vehicles and you want to be able to listen to the environment, you can actually adjust the position of the speakers either side to allow one or both ears to be free. And standby mode lasted just a hair under 60 hours for us in our tests here as well, leaving it powered up but not playing any music or taking any phone calls. So overall, you're only gonna have to charge this thing once or twice a week depending on your usage if it's light, or once a day if you're listening to music kind of heavily during activities. So if you're looking for something to keep your head warm and add a ton of technology, take a look at BE Headwear's lineup of Bluetooth beanies, including this one, which is the Just Right. Comes in multiple colors and styles, and you can pick these up on bluetoothbeanies.com for around $39 US or anywhere BE Headwear products are sold. So guys, what do you think of this? I think this is probably the coolest thing I've had from a technology and clothing thing in a long time. And plus the price point is really good. Considering all the functionality and all the features you get with this, it is really neat and I love the concept. I can't believe no one's thought of this before. So let me know what you guys think of this as well. Do you think this is pretty darn cool, or do you think it's just too much for a regular good old beanie? Let me know down there in the comment section below. Guys, that's it for this episode of the Gear Guide. I'll be back in the next one where I show a custom beanie that when put on a snowman's head brings it to life, thinking it's its birthday every day of the year.